Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Week reviews. In this episode, I'm gonna take 5 Christian releases I missed during the Christmas season, and now that I've listened to them all week, I'm gonna come back here and review them. I share what I think about them. And this week's show is all requests. All 5 of these releases were chosen by a couple of fans here. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release. The title track of Casting Crowns' upcoming album, Healer. Thanks You Can't Have It, the Rally Girl, for requesting these first 4 releases. Sean, I'll get to your request of Canon's Knocked Out at the end of the show. But let's start off with Casting Crowns' new single, Healer. This is the title track of their upcoming album, Healer, which comes out January 14th, and this is the 3rd single from that album. You can go back and check out my thoughts on Scars in Heaven as I reviewed that song. And I did not review Power of the Cross, but I have gone back and listened to that song, and that's a pretty good song as well. And now we come to Healer. So this is a pretty good song here, stylistically, contemporary worship with a gospel choir. And as for the lyrics, love the lyrics to this song. Talks about how we've been searching for imperfect human answers to cure this storm that won't be over anytime soon. But we need the only healer, Jesus, and more than his healing, we need his presence. Up next, Skillet's new single, Refuge. Refuge, the 3rd single from Skillet's upcoming album, Dominion, which also comes out January 14th. So on January 14th, we get new albums from Casting Crowns and Skillet. Now let's dive into my thoughts on Refuge. In case you're wondering what my thoughts are on the first 2 singles from Dominion, Surviving the Game and Standing in the Storm, I reviewed those songs in previous videos on this channel, so you can go back and check that out after we're done. But let's talk about Refuge. So, pretty good song here. Stylistically, a contemporary pop rock worship song here. The verses are softer, and then the chorus and the bridge are a little more upbeat. The chorus and bridge, the way the rhythm is structured, kind of reminds me of their song Lions from a few years ago. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics to this song. John Cooper talks about how it's hard to feel like he's undefeated when he's struggling just to break even. But even in his darkest night, he's not alone, because he trusts in God as the refuge who defends him. And John Cooper, Skillet's lead singer, also sings about how in the end he will make it, because God fills his heart with his power. And with his word that no one can take from him. Up next, Lecrae and 1K-Few's mixtape, No Church in a While. Lecrae and 1K-Few's new mixtape, No Church in a While. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good mixtape here, though I think the songs would be improved a little bit if they were a little bit longer. They seem really short a lot of times, but that's just my take. Stylistically, a mix of hip-hop and trap here. Pretty hard-hitting for the most part. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Lecrae and 1K-Few talk about how they were blockheads in the jungle until God in his grace brought them out of the basement and graciously gave them new souls. And now they're following God's plan to represent Christ unashamedly in the jungle to the sinners using gospel rap, no matter what the self-righteous may judgmentally think. Up next, KB's new single featuring Bizzle and Zhalarina, So Tired. Alright, You Can't Have It, the Rally Girl. Got one more request of yours to fulfill. KB single So Tired featuring Bizzle and Zhalarina. Thanks, You Can't Have It, the Rally Girl, for all your requests today. Sean, I'll be getting to your request next. But let's talk KB first. So, pretty good song here. Stylistically. Hard-hitting hip-hop here. Hard-hitting hip-hop banger here. There's also the sample from Worship in the Mosh Pit, which is played in kind of a alternative hip-hop styling. And then there's also somebody preaching on this track as well. Someone's preaching being sampled on this track as well. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. KB talks about how he's going hard to tell people the truth of Jesus, who put his life on the line to set people free from slavery. Up next, our last release for today, Canon's new single, Knocked Out. Thanks to my friend Sean for requesting Canon's new single, Knocked Out. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good song here from Canon. Kind of a fun fact about the way the single was released. In addition to getting the song, the instrumental version is also given, which was kind of nice for me to be able to analyze the instrumentation of the track a little bit easier when it's isolated from the rapping. So, sound-wise here, definitely a hard-hitting hip-hop banger for sure. Rapping vocally here. And speaking of instrumentation, we have bass, synth, and trumpet. And as for the lyrics here, kind of playful lyrics here from Canon. Canon talks about how he's moving through the pain because he wants all the wins. And he tells his haters that they better move out of the way because he hits hard and they might get knocked out. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what's on the video, please subscribe and press the notification button. I put out videos every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time. Also, if you have any thoughts on today's release or what I've said about them, or any awesome releases that came out today, yes, I'm back to the Today Guidance now that the holidays are over. That you want to see in next week's video, let me know that in the comments below. Also, check out the playlist section for my Music Muffin Stream playlist available here on YouTube and also on Spotify. And I have the Christmas edition of the playlist up for one more day, New Year's Eve. But tomorrow, we'll be putting out the January edition of the playlist, featuring my most played songs from most of November and then the last few days of December this year. So, get ready to check that out when it comes. Also, Happy New Year's, everyone. It's been another great year of music. I really enjoyed reviewing all the music this year. Really been encouraging to review this music and has kind of helped me get through what's been kind of a crazy up and down year, to say the least, for me. So, thankful to be able to do this. And I am looking forward to a lot of great music in 2022. So, stay tuned to this channel so you catch all of it. Well, I'll go now. Happy New Year. Bye.